Hello and welcome to this micro training video from FMCG Academy. Simply pause on the screen here if you want to read through this cover slide. Today we're going to talk about 8 mega trends impacting the FMCG CPG industry. In a previous video, I've already covered the first mega trend, which was about big data. So make sure you watch that video, and the video will obviously give you an idea of where I see big data impacting the FMCG industry. The next big mega trend that is impacting the FMCG or the consumer packaged goods industry is the speed of social media. And I want to emphasize the fact of speed a bit more than just social media. Yes, social media has major impact in terms of communication costs and understanding consumers and their behaviors and talking to them at the right time, but the speed is very important. In terms of speed, a tweet, a Facebook post, a YouTube video, Instagram photo, these can potentially go viral in hours, and we all know this pretty by live experience. In terms of videos going viral very fast, within hours and minutes. And for example, at the World Cup soccer or the football World Cup final between Germany and Argentina, there were 618,725 tweets per minute, which is an astounding number of tweets. So the thing is, it is fast. Things are going to move fast, and you need to be able to make sure you are positioned correctly and you can take advantage of the speed, as well as make sure you protect your business from the speed. FMCG industry, there's no place to hide. So guys, there's no place to hide. If you're selling products in some markets which are unsaleable in some other markets, and I know of organizations which do that at times, and they're just following the letter of the law in those relevant markets, because some markets haven't caught up due to regulations, etc. Guys, there's no place to hide. You just simply will be found out pretty quickly, sooner rather than later, and you will have to correct your offerings in those relevant market. And these things can be at a substantial cost to the brand. And some organizations have been doing this, which is not a very healthy practice. But social media and its speed and its global nature makes it very difficult to actually make a commercial proposition out of this. The global consumer. So obviously with speed and things moving globally very fast, the global consumer could live in Australia, shops online from UK or China, gets their tea out of India from Assam, and is aware of child labor issues there. So all I'm trying to highlight here is that there's a consumer who's globally a lot more aware now. Now this could be more in the developed world, but it's also in the developing world. You're seeing this with the educated masses coming through, the Indias and the Chinas and the Russias and the Brazils. This is becoming they are much closer to the Western sort of consumer, and they have far higher awareness of global issues rather than just local ones. So just be aware of that when you're planning your branding or positioning exercises or communication exercises. The smart brands, they're simply going to reach consumers globally in a very smart way while limiting communication costs. So they're going to limit their communication costs, and I think that's the important thing. So reaching consumers, that's where some of that content creation is coming in. People are talking of content being king, and it's been talked of for the last 4-5 years. I still think it's a simple, there's stuff which consumers want to watch, and if you can get your brand ingrained into that, then you will be noticed. So content is definitely one of the things people are using more on the video side of things, especially on YouTube. And a number of brands are using this to limit their communication costs, manage the speed at which they roll out their brand positionings, etc., as well as understanding and mining their consumers. So with social media, especially with things like Facebook or Twitter, you can possibly, more so with Facebook, you can mine through various algorithms and try and figure out what exactly your consumers thinking and which consumers you should target with specific targeted ads. You can do a lot of that. So again, it is the smarter brands which are taking advantage of this, and some big brands now almost commit 50 to 75% of their global budgets on to social media or online, as we call it. So that it's a substantially big mega trend. Remember, social media is still a very young industry. It is 10 to 12 years old, and this will mature and change dimensions as we go along. In the next video, we're going to talk about the third mega trend. So that'll be on health concerns, and it will be a longer video, but that's for another day. Thanks for watching.